All right, my brothers of the knife, cold steel especially. I'm making this video here. It's a little bit of some cool information. Maybe you know it, maybe you don't. So this is the extra large Espada. Okay, it's a very large knife. Now, if you were to try to open this knife with one hand, and not a large person. I think I'm 5'8" with regular sized hands. I don't have big hands. So if I was to try to open this with one hand, I wouldn't really achieve that. Okay, this is where I would get, and then I would have to assist it after that point. Okay, so that's what we have there. So for me to open this with one hand, is it possible without the automatic opener coming out of my pocket? Absolutely. So if I have the knife in my hand already, you know, let's say my automatic opener failed, or maybe it popped off. You know, sometimes that happens. Your knife gets a lot of hits, bangs, or whatever, a lot of snapping, and sometimes the screw will come out and this is gone. So obviously, yeah, you're just going to tighten that back up and whatever. But what if in a situation it came off at the bad, wrong, horrible time when you need to pull your knife? So this knife, one-handed opening, okay? Now I'm not going to do this because that might fail. I mean, can I make it work? Yeah, I could definitely make it work, but that sucks. What you really want to do is use your body mechanics, all right? So I have a mechanic with my arm, my forearm, my wrist to do that. And that's way more effective. And it doesn't fail. If you do it properly, it'll never fail. So really what's going on here is instead of doing this wrist flick open bullshit, what I'm doing is I'm using the power of my arm to my forearm. My wrist is not flexing, moving. It's staying in line with my hand. And what I'm doing is I'm turning over my hand like this. At the same time, my forearm muscle is being used, and my arm is giving that bit of a nudge in. So it opens right up. Now, that's just a little trick there, okay? It's a very useful trick, because I'm going to tell you now, if it works on this knife, I mean, you'd be pretty damn sure it'll work on every knife. Well, not every knife, but, you know, these big boys. But for instance, what knife won't it work on? It won't work on a hook blade. Okay, it won't work on a Spyderco Civilian. It probably won't work on a Tiger Claw, which is a karambit. It should just pull out, but I don't know why you'd want to do that. But anyway, otherwise, Tanto, whatever it is, larger knives it works on. Now, a thinner blade, like on a tie light, that's where I get a little resistance. So sometimes with this one, I like to do that and then angle downward. That seems to correct that problem. You know, that's probably, you know, somewhere along, it's a long blade, it's thin. That's probably where you have the thicker blades, more, I don't know what to say, the wideness, the width, more weight maybe. But with this one, like I said, this should be a fail. This should be a pass. Just that downward angle. So if I'm going to do the tie light, I keep fail, pass, downward angle. Okay, one more time on the downward. Good. Alright, so now going with the automatic opener, I have used it with this guy, the Espada, the extra large. I mean, realistically, I like to, once I get my hand on it, as I'm pulling out, I'll bend my leg and kind of lean forward a bit to create that tightness in my pocket. That seems to, you know, a lot of playroom sometimes, especially with the tie light, it creates a problem. But once you get a tight fit around these, because these aren't hooks, this will resemble a hook more than the tie light. The tie light automatic opener, it's on that the stiletto guard style there, and it's just ridges. So you really need a tight pocket to grab onto to open that up. And my pants, I don't wear them super tight. I just don't. It's not my style. But if it is your style, it'd probably be easier to open that way. You know, so with the tie light with a loose pocket, if I pull out and it just kind of doesn't grab and hook on like some of my hooks, you know, you really have to, what I do is I kind of bend a bit, like I said, lean forward, and it comes out, you know, without much of a problem. You know, so it's in the pocket, I grab, bend, and I'm out. That's it.